Hey all, welcome to Geek Freaks. I am Frank, and I'm joined by Squeaks.
Squeaks.
How you been doing, man?
Doing wonderful. How have you been?
Good. Keeping busy, you
Good.
know. We got Halloween coming
Yeah.
up, so we got all that hype stuff. DC
Yeah.
fandom, which was pretty amazing.
It was.
Some awesome news coming up, so we'll talk about all that in a bit. Halloween Kills was a lot of good, a lot of fun. Um, but we're gonna be talking about we posted a new pick 3 on our social media sites, and this one was the horror classics. So I'm asking you, of the horror classics that I have sampled here, what 3 do you think could beat the other 6?
Okay. Okay. So, you know me, I'm kind of a classic character. You know, my love for classic superheroes and the way they look and all that other kind of stuff. So, my 3, I kind of went by rows.
Yeah,
When you posted that picture, just to kind of keep myself together,
that's a good
structured.
way to do it, actually. Yeah.
So of course I did Freddy, Michael Myers, and Jason.
Oh, you went for
So
just like the 3 biggest hitters.
I did. I
Yeah.
did. I was like one Freddy for sure because that's my dude.
Going up for
Um,
Rose, which I like that. Do you really think that Freddy's gonna beat either the girl from Ring, I can't remember her name, or Pennywise?
so the Pennywise I think is gonna be a good one. So you got like say let's just say Jason, right? One of
Yeah.
my picks goes up against Pennywise. Well, you know, Pennywise will kind of use the fear to kind of pretty much kind of in a way beat Jason. But then when Pennywise thinks he's over, motherfucker's gonna take a nap.
Yeah,
And now Freddy's
that's
gonna be
true.
in his dreams with his fears.
That is so. Oh man, that is a cool idea. Yeah, that's a good way to go. For me, I went
Yeah.
Hellraiser, Pennywise, and Freddy. Freddy's whole
Okay.
sleeping thing. I mean, that's just it's so strong. It's so OP. And
Yeah.
I'm a huge Mike Myers fan. He's like actually my favorite, of the horror genre. But Hellraiser's too strong. And Pennywise is. And I was debating about this Pennywise or the old school Pennywise, and I'd actually prefer the old school one. But they're super dope, except for if you just like don't care about them, they become weak. So they do have a huge weakness, but I still think they're stronger than pretty much everybody else.
Yeah.
The scream guy though, I mean, like has no chance against any of them.
I mean, even Candyman. Well, I guess Candyman's a little magical in a way too.
Yeah,
I
he
guess you
is.
could say.
Yeah.
But Hellraiser. Now, I guess you would just have to like what have Mike Myers just kind of bend over and grab the fucking cube and be like, "Oh, what's this?"
Yeah,
And then
basically, right?
fucking yeah, right.
Just place the box somewhere and you're good.
I'm trying to picture that like right now. Like, oh, when does Hellraiser come into play? You just see Mike Myers like, what's this?
So they just casted a new Hellraiser because they're bringing those back.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
Nice.
Have you watched the new Chucky series?
I did. I just watched the first episode.
How is that?
It's okay so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's only one episode in, and it's good so far.
Yeah. I hope they start.
For it being one episode.
Yeah, I'm cool with new horror, but I love when they bring back some of these classic people back.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
want to see these back. Children of the Corn. Bring back Children of the Corn. That's a good one too. Let's talk about we had DC Fandom this week. Real big event. It was on Saturday. Overall, what did you think of their presentation?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Super great. I thought they came out with what we wanted to see. Especially with a little bit more of the Black Adam. We've been kind of getting played along with that. We finally got a little snippet of the Flash. A little extras that I wasn't expecting was more gameplay of some of the video games coming out.
Yeah.
And a little bit more of that Peacemaker series.
Let's start with Peacemaker, because when they first announced that
Yeah.
he was getting his own series, I thought that was silly. Who cares about Peacemaker?
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts now after watching the first trailer?
I can't wait. And the reason why it's not even just that, but it's Peacemaker. It's just John Cena when he's playing a funny role, but he's serious about him being funny.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's just the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever. So I'm really extremely looking forward to it. I hope it keeps that same vibe. I did see that it was from the creators of Suicide Squad and
Guardians of the Galaxy.
what was it?
Basically.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
James
that's
Gunn.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully he keeps the same guess he keeps the same mentality throughout the whole series.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's not like in the middle of it he kind of switches attitudes in a way. I'm sure he might find himself something in the middle. But hopefully that doesn't overlap him as a character that we knew in the beginning.
Did you watch Suicide Squad?
Yes.
Okay, and what are your thoughts of James Gunn's take on Suicide Squad?
I mean, I think it's what he does best because of this and the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, you take this group that's totally everyone's a different individual, and you bring them together and they kind of clash, comedic and like superhero ways. So I thought it was fun.
Yeah, the way he highlights, he like brings to life characters I don't normally care about. Peacemaker is a great example. But then we're seeing like Vigilante come into this, and I'm like, who the hell even cares or knows who Vigilante is? I think he's in the season of Arrow, but oh my god, he looks so funny. He looks really great in this. I'm excited to see it. And then John Cena, yeah, you're right. It's this weird mix of like serious comedic take, where I'm like, is John Cena even a good actor? I can't tell. He's just like funny to watch, and I'll just watch him be Peacemaker. That's cool with me.
Yeah,
so we'll have to see how that goes. All right, let's go to the Black Adam teaser. We just got a little bit. What are your thoughts on Black Adam joining the DCEU?
Oh man, I love that we're getting this film focused on a villain.
Yes.
Okay. As soon when he choked that person, and just shocked him, and it was just bones. I was like, "Fuck, we need this." Right?
So much.
God, it's and I think they're gonna do it right because I think this is obviously gonna be the next big villain, kind of like what we're seeing with Thanos and Marvel. We're finally gonna get something that's gonna last a little bit in the DC side.
Good. Yeah.
So I'm glad it has to stay this way. It can't. I don't see it that way just from this little trailer, but I don't see it becoming like, oh, Black Adam's got to be a good guy now, but just bad at first, kind of like a Venom take or whatever. So this is going to be very interesting to be just a villain focus. Like it's going to be dark the whole time, right? I mean, we can't.
Right? We know he's fighting Hawkman and Hawkwoman, and I think Adam. Those are just pure heroes. So he's going to be straight up a villain the entire time. And I want them to keep him a villain. Yes, in the comic books, there are moments where he like works with Shazam and stuff like that for a moment. But make him just a bad guy. I want to see. You brought up a really good point, Venom. So in the comic books now, Venom's just a straight up hero. I mean, I think he was asked to be Avengers during his thing after the Donny Cates stuff. Yeah. So it's like, that's cool. And I like Venom. And I really like that he's a hero too. But we missed that kind of classic Venom's a great bad guy. Yeah. So we're going to be missing out on that. It's a tough one. So I hope Black Adam, you called it right, man. The main villain for the DCEU for a while.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yes.
The Flash teaser. We got a Flashpoint storyline. We saw that we're going to have multiple Flashes. We got a hint to, Michael Keaton's Batman. And most importantly, his ride is at the end. The Batmobile, in my opinion. Are you excited for this Flash movie or are you still hesitant?
Okay. So first, I've never been hesitant about this movie.
Okay.
I've been excited throughout, ever since it was first little teased to us.
Yeah.
But it does give me wonder now after this trailer. I mean, I thought the suit was great. Seeing the Michael Keaton tease was amazing, of course. But this kind of is becoming a multiverse. I know we talked about a little bit earlier. A multiverse more than it is time swap in a way.
You're right,
changing the future,
Yeah.
Because in the trailer, it does show the Flash, obviously, and he's lined up with Supergirl, and it looked like another version of himself. It looked like him with just longer hair, different outfit on.
Ezra, it's actually still Ezra Miller acting both roles, so it is straight up, and like that's not how that's supposed to work. Ezra Miller, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so it does seem like they're having their take on the multiverse, and we got a little snippet, tease of that anyway when Michael Keaton was explaining his confusion on both multiverses, and it was like, well, hold on, DC was never supposed to be a multiverse; it was just supposed to be a time loop thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little interested to see what they'll do.
I'm worried. Flashpoint is my favorite, probably my favorite, just one-off storyline. It's the reason I like the Flash so much is because of his Flashpoint storyline. To see this, I'm a little concerned about that. But I think Michael Keaton and his Batman greatness is gonna carry so hard. Mm-hmm. So I'm just happy to see that. Like, oh man, they didn't actually show the Batmobile. They had it under the cover, but we all recognize that cockpit. As that's my baby right there, man. That's what I grew up like pretending all my Hot Wheels were.
And we should have kind of caught this earlier thinking about it because obviously Michael Keaton was announced for it. We should have been like, hold on, is Michael Keaton going to be Tom Wayne, right?
Thomas Wayne, yeah.
Thomas Wayne. So, but it didn't seem like that was going to happen, obviously, because he was playing Bruce Wayne. So we should have been like, oh, hold on. this a time loop thing or is this a multiverse?
Right. Yeah. It throws it
Yeah.
off because it has to be somewhere distant in the future if that's the case.
Yeah.
For this to be the right Batman. It is all off. And it's a shame because, I mean, as much as I'm happy to see Michael Keaton come back, which we could have just had that in a whole different movie, I would have rather this been basically, I can't remember his name. It's Morgan from, or not Morgan. Gosh dang it. It's Negan from Walking Dead. It's supposed to be Thomas Wayne in this universe. And so him being a Batman, Thomas Wayne Batman, the one that just like carries 2 guns, would have been awesome.
That would have been dope.
And fighting, again, Maggie from Walking Dead plays his mom. So we would have had her being Joker the whole time. That would have been awesome.
Shit.
But now
that would have been pretty awesome.
You know, we're just kind of wasting it because we're not following the actual proven great story of Flashpoint. And that's whatever.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That I wonder what their goal is, because that is interesting that they're not following the amazing story that's already written.
Yeah. It scares me over DCU, man. They just don't make the right. I mean, like if this was in Marvel's hands, we would have had that. We would have had exactly that, in my opinion. All right. Last movie we're going to talk about that came out during DC fandom is The Batman, our second trailer. Initial thoughts. What are you thinking?
The new Christopher Nolan trilogy.
You scare me, dude. Knock on wood. All the wood around you right now. That's so nuts.
Oh man, this looks so well done.
Yeah.
Like I mean, DC does a great job of making it feel realistic.
Yeah.
Like the Aquaman series, but like it seems like it just looks like something that could happen in our universe.
Which is the feel that we had from the
world. Yeah.
That was the feel we had with the first Christopher Nolan films too, where we're like, oh man, this is like Batman but more realistic. And I feel like we're revisiting that, which was great to have the Ben Affleck kind of palate cleanser, right? Like, okay, yeah, this is him if he had a tank and all that other cool stuff. But like, let's get back to like the realistic stuff. And this is year 1 Batman, so he doesn't know how to control his anger yet. He doesn't know how to do this or that. Man, the city is definitely a character. Like Gotham looks so cool in this. Like, it's back to kind of like a gothic almost feel. Like, it's just always dark. Can't wait.
Yeah. A little bit. Obviously, the Batman himself, Robert Pattinson, looks wonderful.
Yeah.
I do hope that this is our Batman, and we continue to have this as Batman, so we can have him developed in future Justice League movies and whatnot. I do like how we have that sex appeal back from Catwoman. I mean, she was always. I mean, that was her thing, you know, right? I think about the Tim Burton ones, and it's like, man, that's my Catwoman, you know.
And this one's Zoe Kravitz, and I am not complaining.
Yeah. So happy to see that. Hopefully, her outfit is going to be wonderful. I don't think we saw too much of her outfit.
It might be early days. She might be like with Batman 2, where it's like she's becoming Catwoman mid film. We might see something like that happen.
Yeah.
We get the music's really good in this too. Oh, just thinking of the music, it's so good.
Yeah. Man, I have super high expectations for this one.
Not great that our expectations are so high.
Yeah.
And Riddler's the one thing that I'm like, that might turn people away a little bit, but
it is a little confusing, right? Because in the beginning he's like, okay, this is for sure looks great, right? And then he gets this wearing a mask the whole time ordeal. Like, I don't really understand what psychotic way we're gonna go, what route we're taking in this,
makes sense that he can't wear that bright green jacket that he would normally wear if you're trying to create this more realistic universe, but still kind of was a little bit closer. Right.
He could have like dressed like a tie and a button up and still be a little crazy.
Yeah, we don't need it to Jim Carrey for sure, but still something though.
Yeah.
Penguin looks good though. I was surprised by how good Penguin looks.
Yes, he does. And Colin Farrell playing it, so I mean, he's amazing.
And from my understanding, he's getting his own series too. So we're gonna have a Penguin series with Colin Farrell playing Penguin.
Way.
Yeah, like rising through the ranks. There are times where I'm like, all right, DC, nice job. That's gonna be good.
Oh shit. Okay, is he gonna ride on a big ass duck?
I don't know, but right. Yeah. Oh god, poor Danny DeVito. Like that must have been so uncomfortable. All right, we got the 2 games they got some more information on it. What do you think about the Suicide Kill of the Justice League? You gonna be grabbing that?
Oh, fucking looks gorgeous. Hell yeah, I am.
I'm a little worried about it, but yeah, I do like the premise.
I think if anything worrisome, we still haven't seen any type of gameplay at all. So we're just getting these beautiful looking cinematic trailers or whatever. But man, I think it looks gorgeous. I think we kind of know a little bit of the plot already.
Yeah.
There must be something wrong.
Looks like some
with the Justice League themselves.
Yeah.
I think the Justice League themselves look great. Green Lantern coming down those stairs with his outfit on. I thought that looked beautiful, and obviously, I'm being biased because I'm a huge Green Lantern fan.
Yeah.
Prefer Hal Jordan, but I'll take any type of Green Lantern love in anything. So, yeah. So it seems like okay, we're saving the Justice League. I mean, I'd be happy if we accidentally kill one.
We're obviously not going to actually kill them, right? And we're going to have to save each one of them. And I predict that we're going to get to Superman at the end, and then the other Justice League members that we already saved will come and help us. Like, it's Superman. It's going to have to be somebody there. It'll probably be like at to a point where we have to kill Batman or, fight Batman, then Wonder Woman, then Superman, I would predict. I don't see Batman, though. If I remember correctly, I don't think Batman's one of the people we're fighting ever, but I'm not sure.
I didn't see him pop up, but I thought I saw something where it was just like a quick snippet of a Batmobile, but I could be wrong because I feel like we would have gotten Batman.
Yeah, he's
like an image of him.
He's the biggest heavy hitter, but maybe he's the one kind of helping us because he's the one that knows how to kill the Justice League. He's the Doom storyline, which is one of the best Justice League storylines, is where he has plans to kill everybody, and Two-Face steals the plans from the Batcave, and now he knows how to kill everybody. Oh, the Justice League. All right, moving on to the Gotham Knights. We actually know what the story's about now. We're fighting the Court of Owls. I'm so excited for this because the Court of Owls is such a cool idea. It's this ancient family basically that predates the Waynes or even the early days of Waynes, and they've been in the shadows the entire time. So it's like right underneath Batman's nose the whole time. And there's a whole thing where like owls are the natural enemies of bats, so that makes sense. They got the Talons, and it looks like we're gonna have different Talons that have different abilities. What do you think about the Court of Owls getting mainstream treatment?
I think it's pretty neat because it could be kind of one of those things that develops into like maybe another comic book series or another movie or something like that because the popularity is going to rise. So kind of like what we saw with Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. So if it just hits like this popularity, a lot of people are going to want to see it. Why not it be in this next Batman movie itself? I mean, it seems dark enough. I feel like it could happen. Yeah, I don't know. We could get more of a bigger presence if it takes off. Court of Owls.
It's a really cool villain from what I've seen. I know I have to read all the comics. We're both gonna be working on that, but it's good to have a newer villain that's awesome. So
yeah. All right, it's cool to see just something fresh though. Yeah. No Scarecrow, no Penguin. Just something that's totally I haven't seen before, really.
Yeah. And I'm excited that there's no Batman really in this game, so we get to really kind of. Those Robins are awesome, and they get overshadowed by, of course, a badass Batman. Yeah. Which makes sense. All right, we'll go kind of quick over the other news that was out of DC fandom. So we had, Flash's new suit. He's getting his gold boots that everybody's been waiting for. He's more and more comic book accurate every season. Milestone expands, so they're bringing back Blood Syndicate, which is one of the classics from the 90s, and they're releasing I gotta grab this, dude. It's a 1,300-page compendium of all the 90s comic books from Milestone. Every Static Shock from the 90s. All the Blood Syndicates, everything like that. So that's going to be, dude, I got to grab that.
Yeah.
And then let me know if there's anything you want to discuss as we go over these. We had the change in Superman's new motto. It's going from the American way to truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. What are your thoughts on
that? It's kind of, because in a way, obviously, we're American, right? We could be a little biased of like, oh, what the heck? Why not?
Right.
But Superman and these heroes are for everyone. So it is a motto that is catered to everyone and nothing specific.
Yeah.
It's
more inclusive.
I don't give, and to me, I don't give a fuck about people's feelings. Not just being a mean way. So it could, but Superman, Superman's for everyone. Right. And, so it kind of just seems like more of a, I guess, come together for a better tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's the way I
more uniting. Yeah. And then you're right. Superman's for everyone, which reminds us that a couple days before this, we learned that in a November issue of the new Superman, we have he came out as bisexual. This is John Kent, Superman's son. He's a new Superman if you guys haven't been keeping up. And so he's now bisexual. Again, just more inclusion over at DC. If you guys watched the 4-hour event, inclusion is a huge part of what they're doing over there. It makes sense, right? We have the Pennyworth show coming to HBO Max early 2022. I haven't watched any of these, but I'm really excited to actually catch up on Pennyworth.
Yeah.
Which has got Thomas Wayne and Alfred doing their thing. The Batman animated series. Oh, this thing's so crazy. So it's this new iteration called Batman Caped Crusaders, which we had spoken about before. But we actually heard from Bruce Timm, the creator himself, who created the old animated series, talking about how it's going to be more noir. It's more of an adult, like hardcore Batman story, where he's actually more of a detective and stuff. Are you happy to see Batman come back in this way?
Yeah, I mean, especially because it's going to keep it's going to beat the people that were interested back in the day of the animated series. So I feel like we're going to get tailored because obviously we're grown up. So, that stuff might not grab our attention as much as it did back then. So now we're going to get something more serious that's not like so much of the Harley Quinn series,
right?
But something more serious. And, they could use the magic of animation instead of being tailored, at a ceiling with live action.
Yeah. In the 90s Batman animated series, those stories were so good. I mean, there were tearjerkers where like Clayface, there's one of the famous ones. A piece of Clayface gets separated and turns into a little girl. Robin and her become good friends, and then all of a sudden she has to like die to join Clayface again. Like there's like so many stories like that, that are really good. And then that's what gave birth to Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's a character because of the animated series. So many things like that. That'd be really cool to see what Bruce Timm could do once again. We had a bunch of new renewals. So we know Harley Quinn's coming out season 3 in 2022. We have Titans season 4 got renewed, different things like that, and teasers for like Batman Wayne Family Adventures and the Aquaman animated miniseries. Anything in particular that you want to talk about that happened at Fandom that we didn't mention already?
The League of Super Pets.
I know you're really excited about this. I mean, we got a hell of a cast, right? We got Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Let me make sure I say it right. And Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Yeah. So I'm like, is this like a Secret Life of Pets side story?
That's what it feels like.
I mean, it seems like it can be kind of funny as long as it's, these type of animated show or movies like Shrek where they come and throw in that little adult humor.
I hope they do.
Hopefully the kids don't, catch it. So.
Yeah. I hope they do because otherwise this is going to be kind of, I don't know. They've never been really great. All the pets have never been all that awesome to watch. And speaking of something silly like that, we now have Bat Wheels, which is a whole entire thing where all the superheroes are basically cars from Cars. So, yeah.
That fucking love Cars. So I'm on board.
And from what they said out of the concept, it sounds like Batman actually got turned into a car and Superman is actually now a car. So it's just like the world is now a bunch of cars. So...
Oh fuck!
I'm looking at your face, and I did not expect for it to be so much like, okay, so I'm watching this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of more excited than the fucking Super Pets right now. So, oh shit,
we are only at concept art phase, so it'll be a bit for that. Let's see. The last thing I want to make sure to mention is Todd McFarlane took the stage, which I was already excited just because every time he comes out, something cool's gonna happen. 3 new statues. There's a new Batman, a new Joker, and a Batman by Gaslight, which is a short series that was out. That was basically Batman through the Victorian era. Looks really good. The Batman statue we got was actually probably the best view of what the new, the Batman movie costume is going to look like. If you looked at it, it's really good detail. And he's saying that they actually had stills and stuff like that. They sent them to make it. So that's accurate. Pretty hyped about that. All right. Last call for DC fandom. Anything else?
No. I mean,
we covered
top
everything.
Of anything. Monkey Prince is like sort of like a Monkey King in a way.
It looks like it is. Yeah, I think it was something that they toyed around with before, but they're bringing it back in February. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That'd be cool. I need to get back into reading. I've slipped because of Dune, but I need to get back into it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have the trailers on our website, and they're also all on our TikTok. So if you guys just want to go over to TikTok and check them out there, you can. Moving on to the next bit of news, we have Will Poulter has been cast as Adam Warlock on Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So Adam Warlock joining the field is great. What do you think about Will Poulter playing the role? He's from like Meet the Millers or something like that. Kind of a nobody.
I don't know, man. Because the only thing seriously I feel like I've seen him. Play something serious was Joker Gotham.
Right? He was a Joker in Gotham.
No, he wasn't. I get him mixed up with the other one.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's not him, but that would be cool. I like that guy. This guy's like a
mixed
nobody.
up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this guy, he wasn't. He's not the face of The Star Wars game,
I knew
right?
you were gonna
Am
say
I
that.
thinking
No,
of the Gotham guy?
that's the Joker guy.
Oh, these motherfuckers are twins then. Okay. They look exactly the same to me. So I don't know.
Look, it's James Gunn. I'm excited to see James Gunn go back at it. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's Adam Warlock. Don't mess it up. Adam Warlock is a boss, so that'd be important. Next, last bit of Saga news. Are you looking at pictures now?
I have to, because I'm like, these motherfuckers are twins, man.
They do definitely.
I guess he's played in Narnia and fucking Midsummer, which was fucking trash.
I haven't watched Midsummer. Oh, it was a trash. I thought it was good.
Anything A24, I'm not caring to watch anymore. I won't give it a chance.
Whoa, I'm the opposite. Company. Usually everything A24 makes, I like to watch. Really?
Have you seen Hereditary?
Not yet.
Fucking garbage.
Really?
So,
oh my god.
What about the Lighthouse? You seen the Lighthouse?
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Oh yeah, cool. Two guys get fucking high and start fucking mermaids in a lighthouse and go crazy.
They go nuts. Next. Yeah.
Anyway,
Robert Pattinson, badass.
Oh yeah. They're like, oh, the acting's great, cool. The plot's fucking lame. So
I haven't watched Hereditary. I heard that was good too. But all right. I'll
Hereditary. No, oh my god.
I'll give it a shot though. There's like a whole freaking series for that now.
Yeah, I gave up on A24, and I used to be kind of a fanboy, but now not anymore.
Yeah, especially as a horror fan. Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to some more comic book news. And this is kind of like real epic for us. Saga is back after years, like 3-4 years of nothing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
New issue number 55 is going to release January 26, 2022. Now, I'm thinking, what do you think about this? What if we do a special thing, which, by the way, I'll mention this too. What if we do a special thing in January where we just catch everybody up on the Saga story? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down for that. If we do it in like decent chunks.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Okay.
We'll do like a episode that's dedicated to Saga. We'll talk about the characters. We'll kind of catch everybody up on the story, so they're ready to go. Boom, right into this new one.
That'll help me as well too. So I like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. I'm definitely gonna have to reread some stuff to make sure I'm 100% up for it. On top of that, I think we should, and I'll do it. We'll give away 3 copies of Volume 1 of Saga. I know.
Shit.
I know. We're awesome, guys. We'll give you guys 3 copies. We'll do a giveaway. That'll be in January. Speaking of very special episodes, we have, so the next 2 weeks, you won't hear news from us. That's going to be on our TikTok if you guys want to hear just like day-to-day news. I do that all on our TikTok. But, and our website, here and there. But we will have a Dune special next week. Me and Jonathan are getting together to discuss the Dune movie and compare it to the book and let you guys know what the differences are, what you missed, stuff like that. And we're so freaking crazy for the book right now. We're both in a race to finish it. We're pretty close. And then the week after that, all horror stories for an episode. So it's our Halloween special. We're getting together. Everybody's got their stories they're working on. We're going to have spooky, scary stories for you with spooky, scary music behind it. That'll be a lot of fun. And I got some good stories. I'm going to do a couple of them because I've got a few of them I want to tell. So that'll be good. All right. Next piece of news. League of Legends is disabling cross-team chat to reduce toxic behavior. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, because it's the only thing I'm good at League of Legends.
It's talking shit? Why does that make so much sense to me?
You know what? My ass is going to start playing League of Legends. I'm still going to do that / all.
Yeah.
Just talking to us as a team. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I feel like it's nature in a way.
It's
talking shit. And,
definitely part of League of Legends. Yeah.
I mean, okay, that sounds bad because it is like, okay, some people do cross the line, whatever the case may be.
No doubt.
But I was that fucking prick when Modern Warfare originally came out for the 360.
Yeah.
I was playing with my friends and I was like, all right, guys, pick a name on the opposite team. And we're going to fucking just go ham on him. I ain't talking shit.
You were online bullying. You're a cyberbully.
Yeah. Hell
Squeaks
yeah,
is a
man.
cyberbully, guys.
But it's kind of like, oh god, everybody's gonna hate me for this, but it's the nature of gaming in a way.
It really is. Toxic behavior is totally gaming.
You're just fucking being communists out here and shit, trying to police the people, policing the people out here. God damn, let me talk shit to that 12-year-old that's fucking 12-0 and I'm 0-12. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's not your skill's not in shooting people in a shooting game. No, yours is talking shit. And so you have to do that.
Exactly.
I probably mentioned this on the podcast, but back in the day when Juiced was a big game, and you were racing for pinks all the time, look at you.
Juiced.
Not gonna lie, I would be racing, and Julia, sit next to me on the mic talking all kinds of shit the entire time. That was her one job, was to talk shit to people. She was like, wait, there's a video game you're actually like talking to other people? I'm like, yeah, like Chinese 12-year-olds, you're doing talking to them the whole time. And she's like, you know what, motherfucker? Like, she was just going nuts on them. I'm just like sitting there racing for pinks. And I'm like, hey, don't talk to shit too much. He's got a Viper. We got to be careful. He's going to probably beat us. She's like, I don't care. She'd go crazy. Oh, man.
Okay, you bring up Juice. Wasn't Juice the one where you randomly unlock videos of girls dancing?
Oh, God. I don't remember that one.
Oh, my God. There was a racing game. I could have sworn it's Juiced. Because I had it for the GameCube. And it was just like girls in bikinis that would randomly dance, and you're like, all my gameplay was that. I'll have to look it up. I'm pretty confident it was.
Oh, man.
You're like, I don't remember that. Sure. Okay.
Got a platinum trophy for 100% in that bitch. All right, moving on to the next thing. Fortnite admits to copying Among Us for their new imposter game mode. Have you been playing Fortnite lately, by the way?
I played right before I went to Disneyland, so like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2.5. Yeah. You?
No, not at all.
No.
Because New World's out, so like I'm just playing New World for the most part whenever I do have a chance to play a game. And Back 4 Blood, which we'll be talking about shortly.
Yeah.
All right, so this imposter mode, basically it is like where you're doing shenanigans or whatever, and then you have to accuse somebody else. It's Among Us. When they made the mode, the Among Us team like took to Twitter to be like, well, it would have been nice to collaborate. I'm like, we're not the guys that invented the idea, and we're fine with you guys using the idea as well. But it would have been cool to like just like let's collaborate instead of you guys just being like, hey, we're rich, so we're gonna take it. And then Fortnite finally was like, yeah, you're right. They were like, first off, it came from them, and then they put that in the patch notes, and then they on Twitter was like, hey, do you guys want to like? First off, we never gave you guys credit for helping us out and making this idea. Also, do you guys want to collaborate? And Among Us was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So now we're gonna have a collaboration between the two, which is pretty cool to see these two companies just be like kind of get along now. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of curious of what the gameplay is going to be.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Fortnite characters in the Among Us type gameplay?
Probably the other way around. You're probably going to have Among Us characters in Fortnite.
Okay. Well, that's every single other license that they have already. So, I mean, shit. I mean, okay.
But yeah, before collaboration, there might be something a little extra. There might actually be like a 2D version of Fortnite you play or something. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I mean, it's Epic, such a huge company that's going to be working with this little indie, basically. A team of 10 working with Epic.
Yeah.
So, cool.
They all fit in one office over there at the corporate Epic building.
You guys stay there and start drawing Among Us characters for our Fortnite game. Basically. All right. We're going to move on to our Back 4 Blood review, and then after that will be our Halloween Kills review. All right, we are going to be reviewing Back 4 Blood. First off, before we get too far, what are your overall thoughts of Back 4 Blood?
I think it's a fun, dumb but not in a bad way, game to just go and just shoot shit and not have to worry about so much. Yeah. It does feel like that kind of pick up, play for a little while, put it down, and that's it. I'm just good with not thinking about it all day. That's a lot of fun. Obviously, we'll be talking about Left 4 Dead a lot. It's a sequel to Left 4 Dead spiritually because it's the same team that made the same game, but they couldn't use the names because of Valve. So if you guys have played Left 4 Dead 1 or 2, this is your ticket. We've seen a lot of improvements from the Left 4 Dead games. What are some of your favorites so far? I like the creativeness of the monsters itself. Yep. I feel like with the I like the bosses too. I don't remember, kind of like the org where they actually have health. Yeah. I don't remember that being in Left 4 Dead. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it was just like the zombies that you can be that are a little buffier. Mm-hmm. So I like that. The only problem about that is I wish that the little monsters, like, they just kind of were zombies, really. Yeah. I feel like I wish they were a little creative on that and kind of built from the craziness of the bigger monsters. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah. I think a good example, just a little different design. Yeah. I think a good example of what they could have done more of is, you get the random card where they're armored. And so they'll have like actual police armor and stuff like that on. So they take a couple more shots. It would be cool to see more variety. Like when you're on the farm areas. Yeah. You see a couple like farmer zombies or something.
something just a little more creative, like skins up basically on them would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I like this deck system that they're
I like it a
using.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like you kind of have somewhat of a loadout
Mhm.
with your character instead of just picking up a gun
Yeah.
and going. So
So what the deck system does is they're cards you'll find throughout the game, and you can basically build up like I reload faster, or I aim faster, or I instead of hitting something with my fist, I actually stab it with a knife now, which is a big one to
yeah,
grab. And there are actually like negative cards too that happen. Like, hey, gosh dang it, guys, this map we have crows that'll, alert zombies that were nearby, or there's a lot of fog, which is a very annoying one. Stuff like that that are
yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
are detriments to yourself. I like the card system. Best thing about the card system, it's free with the game. Like we're not having to pay more for that, which feels like
Yeah,
kind of standard nowadays. You can imagine that buy booster decks, for $2,
yeah,
and I would have bought
yeah.
a few already.
Oh yeah, especially because if you're doing that, then these cards better have a real impact on the game. Because I don't feel like, yes, they're impacting your gameplay, of course. But if I'm spending real money on it, that shit better be fucking
Yeah,
yeah. Like I better be killing monsters like these buff ones in like within seconds.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
even like the increasing the capacity of your magazine. I had to put like 7 cards in my stack, basically in my hand, to really feel the impact. Like, oh, okay, now this is actually like a double sized magazine. That's great. Um,
yeah,
I have now started to customize decks where like this is if I'm going to be knowing I'm going to do a lot of melee. This one is for a lot of like
nice,
fast reload, fast aiming, stuff like that. So that's pretty fun.
nice.
Do you have any favorite cards so far?
I like the reload speed.
Yeah,
Especially when you're using specific guns, kind of like a SMG where they're already fast. And when you have
right.
that boost, like that 20%, you can really feel it.
Mhm.
Kind of like what you were saying. After you put so many of the same card, then you can really feel it. I feel like that's there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's my favorite one as of right now. What about you?
Yeah, you 100% nailed it. Yeah, because I do like to go with
Oh,
those
okay.
fast SMGs and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh
Okay.
man, I'm so lightning
Okay.
quick. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the idea of the game, of course, like Left 4 Dead, you're running through these, from point A to point B with all kinds of shenanigans in between, and you're just shooting
Mhm.
zombies along the way. Bigger specialty zombies will come out, like ones that'll blow up and infect you, for you, basically alert more people around you, or ones that'll grab you and
Yeah.
toss you in the air, stuff like that. Different effects. Um, so that's the idea. The gameplay's essentially the same from Left 4 Dead, but one thing I will say that's hugely different is instead of it in the old Left 4 Dead games, like you were basically playing through movies. Like, oh, I'm gonna go through the horror film that takes place in a hospital. Oh, this one's gonna be a horror film that takes place at a camp. They felt like these short bursts, while this one is a long story told over multiple acts. Which version do you prefer?
I like the. Okay, so I like the long story only
Okay,
because it feels a little bit more realistic than feeling like I'm in a film.
right.
Um, but we've gotten to Act Two. Okay, little
Yeah,
spoiler, and it doesn't feel like there was a big difference between Act One and Two. I feel like this is
yeah.
still just kind of we're just coasting along the main story. So I kind of wish that Act One was like focused on land, and now Act Two we're in a plane most of the time. You know, like
Yeah.
something like really different from each other. Because right now it just feels bland. We're just going through the motion.
Act one, we were mostly in like the town and city. And Act two, I've noticed we're
Yeah,
more on the farm and out in the countryside. But
yeah,
the colors are so mute and bland that you really don't feel the difference,
yes,
if you
yes,
look for it. So I think that's another thing too, is
yeah,
which is natural for a zombie game or any for the Left 4 Dead, for example. They're all kind of the same, monotone look. But
mm,
it would be cool to have a bigger variety to show like you're in a
yeah,
different place right now. Yeah.
yeah. What about you? Do you like the long
I,
story or do you
I
like
loved
the?
the movie poster idea. I love that old system.
Okay,
The,
okay.
the I remember very well the hospital level was my favorite level, and it just felt
Hmm.
really fun and quick. Quick. It took like an hour to clear it, sure, but it felt like, hey, let's do the movie, let's do the hospital one this time, or let's go do the camp one this time, or whatever. And you had that variety. This one, I feel like, hey, let's do Act Two so we can try to progress forward in the story. It just doesn't
Yeah,
feel as rewarding to me. Just keep pushing
yeah.
against that barrier.
I get you. I get you.
Uh, okay, so we had any other graphic stuff that you want to mention? Because again, I think the colors are a little bit too bland. For a horror film, it's fine, but I think that's the
Yeah.
case. Anything else
I don't think
graphically?
I don't think the graphics are really like super stunning at all. They
Yeah,
feel kind of basic to me. Which is fine. It's not really what I'm asking for in this type of game. It's not like the Suicide Squad where it looks just freaking gorgeous. So hopefully that kind of still lives up to what it's been showing us. But Yeah, I feel like graphics overall like a 5 out of 10 for me. There's nothing like too stunning.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, the bigger monsters are kind of like well designed, but other than that, I mean,
The bigger
pretty
monsters,
basic.
there's pretty unique designs on them. Even like the ones that have like big arms, even some of them are different from each other, stuff like
Yeah,
that. So like I do like that, but yeah, it kind of is monotonous. I really don't feel, and I'm sure if I played, we just played Left 4 Dead 2 not long ago, but I'm sure there is a big jump. It just doesn't feel like a big jump from Left 4 Dead to this. After, and it's been what
yeah,
12 years or something crazy.
yeah.
Like it's been a
It
long
really
time. This
doesn't.
doesn't feel
Yeah.
like it's a big jump. Audio, again, it kind of all becomes mute, but I do like the dialogue in between characters. That's where you're really kind
Hmm.
of getting the story, this backstory. Where I was telling you, the character I like to play the most is this character they call Mom. She's an elderly lady that has a shotgun, and there, when you're listening to the story, backstory, like you play this doctor character, and it's about like, well, yeah, I don't, the zombies aren't wanting you apparently because you have cancer, so like the zombies
Hmm.
don't find you worth infecting. And I was just like, oh my god, what an interesting story beat to have in this game where I'm just like endlessly shooting zombies. Like it's a
Yeah,
cool thing to think about in the background while things are coming at you.
yeah.
Any cool things like that you've discovered through like the sound or the dialogue?
Well, I do like the dialogue because certain characters obviously talk to certain characters in different ways.
Mhm.
But I do like what you were saying that the story of each person is kind of hidden within
Yeah,
all this chaos. So you're kind of like, if you caught what you just said, you would know a little bit more about Mom. But if you didn't, then you're kind of like, well, it might take you a couple times to you know play the game to actually realize that.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's kind of like a little hidden little
And it kind of
treasure.
it makes sense for this world where it's just like, look, we're just trying to survive together, and you will learn things if you continue to survive with that person. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's not like if you find a random person in a forest while you're trying to survive from zombies, it's like, okay, let's kill the zombies first, and then I'll see what your name is. You know, it kind of
Yeah,
feels like that a little bit, which is pretty good. Um,
yeah,
all right, last bit. Anything on gameplay that you want to mention that's above board? Like, it's so much Left 4 Dead that it's hard to say if it's something specific.
yeah. I mean, there was no part that I've told you multiple times where it's like something that really switches up the gameplay from doing just
Oh yeah,
the same thing over and over. There's been times where it kind of teases us, where it's like, oh, we're gonna get in a car. Oh shit, that car has like a little turn on top.
yeah.
No, we're just gonna go to the next
Cutscene.
level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
So I
should mix
wish it
that
kind of
up a
had
little
something
bit.
like that.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
plane would be cool, something where you could fly a plane for a bit. Because there are moments where
Yeah.
like there's that part where you're like shooting the artillery rounds, and so we have to protect the person loading the artillery
Yeah.
rounds. But really, it's kind of okay, yeah. But actually, let me control another vehicle or something like that. They could
Yeah.
expand on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Just something, even if it's like just an NPC doing it and we're just shooting out of the car, that is a little spark that would really like get myself back engaged.
so
Yeah.
for myself, I would say that this game is fun, not revolutionary by no means, and it does add some cool things, some cool features that I think could be built upon for future Back for Bloods. I'm gonna ask you two different questions: grade and worth. So first, we're both
Mhm.
playing this on Game Pass, so it kind of makes it free for us in a way.
Yeah.
If you didn't have Game Pass and you had to go spend money on this, how much would you pay for it? How much do you think it's worth?
I think it's worth $40.
That's I said $40 too. Yeah, I'm going $40
Okay.
on it too.
Okay.
Feels like
Yeah.
that. Which I put that in comparison. That's basically what Overwatch was, and I'm like, okay, that's about right. This is about an
Okay.
Overwatch style game.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question for you. Grade it. What do you think on a grade here?
Man, I don't want to go this low, but I think I'm going to. I think I'm gonna do.
I'm going B minus if it helps out. I'm going B minus.
Okay, a little bit. I'm going C plus,
C
but I
plus.
wanted
Okay.
the B. I wanted the B minus, but
Yeah.
it's just not. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would bump it up to. So the reason I didn't go C basically is because I am having fun. For all my
Oh,
gripes,
I'm having a blast. Yeah.
I'm having
Yeah.
fun. So I'm like, okay, then it deserves at least a B for that. Uh,
Okay.
quick thing, me and Kevin, and I think maybe you tried it too. We were playing like that veteran difficulty for a bit, and
Yeah. Yeah. I was with you.
it scales up so much that it's like not even fun sometimes. Then you step
Yeah.
down, and for a bit there it wasn't fun because it was like, okay, well, we're just killing everything in sight. But once you get further into the game, it starts to level out. Where that bottom difficulty is probably where you actually do want to start. You'll mow through things for like the first act, but then it eventually starts to scale up and it feels right. Feels like a good
Yeah.
medium.
That scaling is very interesting because when we were trying that second difficulty, it was like, holy shit, man! What are you playing on? Like the fucking hard?
Yeah,
Uh,
and
and then
there is a hard difficulty that's even harder than that. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, now we got Back for Blood in the rearview mirror. We're heading on to Halloween Kills. Now, Squeaks, Halloween Kills. I'm a big Halloween fan. Are you a fan of the franchise?
This is spoiler free, right?
We'll go spoiler free. Sure.
Okay.
Which
I'm saying, I just told you I didn't finish it yet.
Yeah, that's right. We'll go spoiler free. It's just fresh. I mean,
Okay.
I'm dying to talk about the ending, but yeah. We'll wait.
Fucking A. Okay. Okay, what's the question now? Now you got me scared. You got me scared for a
Are
second.
you a fan of the franchise? I know you're a fan of horror films. But
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
This is legit my favorite one. So I was excited to see it come back, and I think the 2018 Halloween movie was so good. When they kind of reset everything, made it a true sequel. Because man, like the other ones, Manhattan and stuff like that, are all so dorky, but they're still fun to watch.
Yeah.
This is really good. What do you think about
a
how
lot of those?
this
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, what do you think about the way Halloween Kills starts, where it's a flashback? Did you like that part?
I was a little confused. I
Me
literally
too.
paused. I paused my fucking TV first. I was like, okay, making sure it does say 2021 on here.
Yeah,
So,
I did the exact
yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
yeah, because I was like, I know I clicked the right one, and then I was like, what the fuck's going on? I felt it was unnecessary, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought it was cool. Okay, yeah, it's a little spoiler because I watched a little bit, so I thought all the characters that survive meeting up was corny as shit, but then in my mind I'm like, okay, think about it. I've always wanted, like these 80s films to come back in a way. I get that vibe. It's kind of like when I watched Malignant. Yeah, is that it on HBO? That one was an 80s feel. If you haven't seen it, that's an 80s feel horror, so I can't like complain really because I've been wanting that. I'm tired of ghosts and demons and shit.
There's a level of
from that.
Yeah, when you got these slasher flicks, there's a level of
Yeah.
just kind of like you gotta be on board with it. Like
Yeah.
Mike Myers can take a lot of bullets.
Yeah. It's like when you watch some of the older films, you're like, God damn, can this guy just fucking die already?
Yeah. This isn't the first time he's been burned alive.
Yeah. So fuck, now you got me laughing. I can't even think what I was talking about. Little corny, the beginning. Yeah. So what do you think about the beginning? Do you think it was just unnecessary?
I thought it was unnecessary. I didn't care for it. I wish they actually used more like actual footage from the original Halloween movie.
Okay.
Because that was the thing, is like they basically had to invent footage from the Halloween movie. The thing that threw me off, and I'm sure it did for you too, is they actually filmed it with like the old school camera style. So it actually looked like the old movies. I was just like, but that actor's new. Like I know that actor from other things, so I know he's not old.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like it was.
Yeah.
It pays off later on, but not enough. Like in the part that you're about to watch. Yeah, I thought it was just okay.
Yeah. I thought it was just like I kind of just wish that it started from like bam when oh God, I can't think of her name now. Jamie Lee Curtis's character's name. Lori just was on the back of that truck screaming, saying don't go back, and then he fucking murders all those firefighters, and you're just like,
that was
oh my God, brutal.
So cool. Okay, question for you here. This is I have all kinds of notes and stuff like that for this.
Okay.
Question for you, and I can't use all of them because towards the end I'm just like sitting there typing out as fast as I can. But anyways, when I was a kid growing up watching these movies, I was always like, watch out, he's there. Like, don't open that closet. He's right there. Oh, this one's hanging from this. Oh my God. But I've realized now I'm rooting for Mike Myers. Are you?
I was going to say, I knew that's where you were going from. I think, okay, so I knew that's where you're going. I was like, oh, this guy right now. But I kind of shifted a little bit with this movie because I was like, oh, fuck yeah, kill everyone, dude. Man, like, fuck the system, bro. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's like, crazy. As long as it's not Lori, go to town.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's like, that's who we want, Lori. We still want Lori to win in a way, but then it's like, can you just kill 100 people along the way, though? When you do.
Keep watching this movie.
But when he killed the older couple, when he stabbed
that was so
female
brutal.
with the light bulb, it was kind of like, this motherfucker needs to die now. Like, I don't know what hit me there. It was just like that moment. I was like, I don't know.
She was so helpless in that scene.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. It's so weird. I had a weird shift. I was like, that's not me. What the hell's going on?
Yeah. But there was a part I don't know. There's a lot of mob mentality on this, which I think was kind of a wasted thing. Like they did a whole part in this whole thing where it's like, oh, the mob mentality, they're chasing the wrong guy, yada yada yada. And
Yeah.
like, I get it that it's like an allegory of like how humans think, and like, hey, thinking like with mob mentality. I get that. I'm not here for that. I'm here to watch Mike Myers take a butcher knife and clean out a house full of teenagers. Like I don't care
Yeah.
about nothing else. And so
Yeah.
that was kind of whatever. And I know it was a big part of the film. Actually, it was a good chunk of it. Like a third of the film was that.
I'd say I kind of was digging the mob mentality because at that point it's like, okay, we're finally fed up with this. We need to come together and kill him.
That's cool. Did you get to the hospital scene though?
I'm okay. I'm in a hospital right now.
And with the mob in there and stuff like that.
Okay, no.
Okay, yeah. That's where they're gonna teach you a lesson, and then you get to have fun again.
Teach you a lesson.
I don't want to spoil it.
I know, but now it's like, well, he's not at the hospital though.
Well, that's the lesson: is that they're gonna kill somebody who's not at the hospital, or that not Mike Myers. So it's gonna be like, see, if you guys weren't a mob that was blindly killing things or wanted to kill somebody, you'd see that blah 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 blah. It's that whole thing. And again, I'm just like, come on, Mikey, get in there, tear him up.
Yeah, at that point, you're just like, hey, can Mike Myers just mow down this mob?
Yeah, and the mob does come back after that, by the way. So I know you're like right on the cusp of seeing that. The mob does come back after that, and it actually does play a big role. God, I'm so just want to tell you the ending so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting that like mid watching that, I was realizing that I was like, come on, Mike, just take these guys out. So you did see where he kind of killed everybody that was in that SUV then?
SUV?
Yeah, did you see the SUV scene where he killed everybody in the SUV? Oh my God, you did not see much of this film.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And I had to give the daughter a bath, and I was like, son of a bitch, man. By the time I was done with that, I was like, man, I am exhausted.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we definitely have early vibes of, well, I won't spoil anything else because I've already spoiled too much. That's not great. This is not a very spoilery review. But do watch it. I liked it a lot. Visuals, again, when they do flashbacks, it throws you off a little bit. There were times where I was like, wait, is that guy in the future or in the past? I actually think it's a good idea to probably watch the 2018 Halloween before you see this one. Like, rewatch it. Because it goes right after that. Outside of the flashbacks, it is the night of that event.
Yeah.
Which sucks so bad, man. I thought Laurie had him in 2018.
So. You think it's like, okay, I get it. Like these characters can last forever. Or you got, Jason, Freddy, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But do we want to see an end? Like, I kind of want to see an end. And then if you bring Michael Myers back, it'll just be a new series. Kind of like a comic book, right? Like, something happens and it's like, oh, that was that series. It's not like necessarily tailored to what's going on now,
a rebirth. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious if would you want to see something like that?
I would definitely want to see, like, it's worked well for Pennywise, right? It worked well for it. I definitely want to see that for Freddy Krueger, because Freddy Krueger is too good to not be using anymore. That's pretty crazy. We don't have any more for him.
Yeah, right.
I'm all right with the like Friday the 13th series is okay to me. It's not the best. But I mean, that's a good idea. Yeah, just bring it back. But the Mike Myers one, it's nice to kind of have some of these old school people in there, specifically Laurie.
Yeah.
But so this is a trilogy. So we have one more movie after this, and then they're done. I think then let's get a reboot. Let's get a whole new story. But keep that mask. That mask is great.
Oh, for sure. I think you totally keep the character and obviously the premise of it.
Yeah.
But I think Laurie's story is what needs to end. Yeah. So I think if Laurie, finally kills him, whatever the case may be, okay, that's over. Now we could just do new Halloween or something.
They're they could set that up in the same universe too, because Laurie's granddaughter is involved in all this. She's the one that's like, she survived.
Yeah. Sure.
Make her the new, protagonist.
Something, yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and give this thing, I'll give this one a grade. No, you know what? It's too early to give it a grade because you haven't watched it all. And I want you guys to go watch it without me telling you if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
I still think it's good. As a Halloween fan, I had a lot of fun with it. But I did notice, especially towards the end, I'm like, come on, Mikey. Take them all out. Oh, man.
You're literally sitting there on the couch with a fucking knife in your hand. You're just like, fucking stab.
Oh, that firefighter scene. Like, I know I feel bad for those guys, but that was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
So make sure you guys go watch Halloween Kills. It's on Peacock. So, I mean, Peacock, you can do a free trial and watch this. And you're good, but it's worth it. It was a lot of fun. I do want to spin off of one thing. Have you seen, like, it's a pretty viral account of the dad that dresses up as Mike Myers all the time?
No.
I can't wait to share it with you. The wife,
Okay.
the wife is so embarrassed by this dude because it's not a Halloween thing. He does it in January and February every month, and they'll be like, one of my favorites is like they're camping, and all of a sudden he comes out of the camp with the full Mike Myers uniform. It looks just like him. And she's like, motherfucker, I told you to keep that at home. She's pissed that he's dressed like this. And he gets on the kid's bike and just starts riding the bike around the entire campsite just as Mike Myers.
Oh, man.
It's all kinds of things.
That's
like she's
funny.
like having like book club or whatever. And then all of a sudden he like comes out and is like, honey, you need to be gone. What are you doing here? And he keeps bringing it. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, you have to share that.
I'll find it for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So guys, go check out Halloween Kills. Go play Back for Blood. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. All kinds of cool stuff coming from DC fandom. Again, we'll have news coming out. It'll just be on our TikTok and on our website and on Instagram and all those too. But the next episode you guys are going to hear from us from the Geek Freaks News is going to be a Dune special. And then after that will be our Halloween special. So boom, boom, 2 weeks of fun. And then we'll get back to the news in November. We'll see you guys then. All right. See you later. Bye. Thank you for joining us on the Geek Freaks podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Geek Freaks Pod. We're also on Facebook, Instagram. You can email us. We have our Patreon and a store. All those links are in the description. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.